Hola, bitches.
Hola.
So, I've done a lot in my life, caught and not caught. But one of the things I'm more proud of is when I was a young man, I was a lift operator for a couple years, and I got away with having sexual relations in the lift shack while working.
While working.
Now, what does that job entail?
Well, there was we had different lifts. We had 2 chair lifts and then what was called a surface lift. And I was working the surface lift that particular night. It was night skiing as well.
Oh. How many employees are in this place at the time you're getting away with this?
Just me and my participant.
Oh, okay.
Was this at a local establishment that maybe we know? Mm-hmm.
It was in Southeast. No, not here in Washington, no.
Okay. Okay. Now, I'm assuming this was a coworker of yours, or did you call her in?
No, she was a coworker. It was a one-man station. I was working it by myself. She just showed up. I think she had gotten off work at her station, was on lunch break, dinner break, whatever you want to call it, and she just came over to the lift shack.
And then how does that happen? I have plenty of female coworkers that might be on break, but they haven't just said, "Hey, Thrill, man, I got 10 minutes. You want to have sex?"
Why does my coffee taste funny?
She had some kind of crush on me, and it was all her idea. I had no idea. I was surprised as heck.
I mean, I would think, too, it's night skiing, so most of those people know what they're doing. You don't need to keep an eye on them. They're fine.
And how many...
mostly kids, actually, because it was a surface lift, so it was the bunny hill.
Oh, so then you're a bad employee.
Yeah, the kids, they're fine.
They're not going to get hurt on the green slope.
A pile up for sure.
How many times did you have sex with this chick while you're working?
Actually, it happened twice because it happened at a top lift station as well, which wasn't as involved because you just sat there and watched people get off the chairlift.
Now, were you... you're trying to be discreet, but did you have an eye on the people getting off the chairlift while you're having sex?
Yes, but, we did not. We went Bill Clinton. I did not have intercourse with that woman.
Oh, all right. Okay, so you had a perfect view.
Yeah, she was under the, you'd sit in your chair and you had kind of a window in front of you. Basically, the patrons can only see from about the way up anyway.
You should have put your goggles on.
Oh, yeah.
I had a big grin. I was the happiest lift operator during those moments.
You probably got a good Yelp review. Like, I don't know what it is, but the guy at the top of the chair is just so happy.
Smiling. Hey, lift operator question, nothing to do with sex. If you're up on the mountain at like a lift, how do you guys get up there?
We ride the chair up.
And then how do you you just ride the chair back down, or you take your skis with you?
Either or. For people they trusted, they'd let you ski down. If they didn't trust you as a skier or a snowboarder, then you rode the lift down. Well, or if you didn't ski or snowboard.
Well, it just seems to me
that didn't ski or snowboard.
That's wild.
I get that you can operate a chairlift without being a skier. It would just seem to me that the people I would choose to hire anyway, could also ski
in the event of an emergency
or snowboard.
It's like having a lifeguard that can't swim.
Exactly. I mean, I can watch the kid drown.
I can throw out, something to you, but that's all I got.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that seems weird to me.
Here, grab this.
That whole story felt like an alternative for a Friday the 13th plot. If you remember, the whole plot of the movie was that Jason died out there on the lake because the 2 counselors were getting it on in the cabin.
Oh,
and he's watching
right.
kids at the top of the lift, not paying attention. All of a sudden, this kid just falls. Whoop, boom.
I will tell you,
you should write the horror movie.
They were making love up in the lift shack.
I'm not going to say it's because of weed, but lift operators, that's a friendly group of people.
It's because of the weed.
And they're always in a good mood.
Higher altitude.
Look, I used to work at a TV station where basically they had a set camera, you had a button, you had a script, and that camera was you. So it was a one-man operation, all right? So I wonder how many people out there in the television world have done the same.
Sure.
You mean as they're giving you the news?
That is correct. I mean,
Well,
the weekend guy,
that's stuck because they got to talk.
Yeah.
You got to talk, right? Talking's a different
It's
ball.
like we have a tragic story going out of Washington, D.C. today.
Because the place I worked on the weekends, they only had an 11 o'clock newscast.
All right.
So there was staff there during the day. But by the time you got to the broadcast, you were done. I mean, those guys,
there's no one else.
Those guys had left. And it wasn't big enough to do like a 2-shot situation or anything. Just one camera right on you. You had a button or like a kind of a little thing that you pressed on the floor, and that would scroll down your script.
Right.
You set up the script, you set up everything else. It was a one-man show. So I know
it could be done, but I'm with Thrill. I just think there's certain moments where it'd be hard to talk.
Not during the broadcast. Like, I always wonder, I'm the weatherman. I'm in front of a green screen. I'd be like, hey, baby, Just wear all green.
Just wear this.
Ooh, the weather today, man.
No, you see the outline.
Yeah.
What did you get caught doing, or what did you not get caught doing? 206-803-ROCK.
69 and moist.
I'm just saying.
60 nice degrees. Hello, Johnny. Welcome to the men's room.
Blowing hard from the west. Hola.
Hola.
How you guys doing today?
It's a positive Friday. We're doing
Positive
fantastic.
Friday, brother.
We cannot wait for the weekend.
Fair enough. So my story goes back about 25 years or so. I was working as a barista in a coffee stand or a coffee shop that was inside a big box store, if that makes sense.
Okay,
Have
yeah,
coffee
yeah.
And then go do your holiday shopping or whatever. And so what we would do was, after about 6 months of working there, you got to memorize the prices over and over and over again of what everything costs after taxes. And so if somebody would come along and they'd say, I want a 12-ounce latte, you'd say, okay, it'll be $2.82 after tax. And if they start putting their money on the counter like they're going to count it out to the exact change, the first thing you would say was, would you like a receipt? And they say, oh, no, thanks, I don't need a receipt. You go, okay, no problem, we'll have your coffee up for you at the end of the table. Well, if they put the exact change on the table, that exact change went right exactly into my tip jar.
Of course.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, that's the usual. I guess I should not promote that, but that is a well-known thing, right? When people pay in cash, if they don't want a receipt, and it's kind of hard to keep inventory. So what do you do as far as inventory of the cups go?
Well, every once in a while there'd be a few that were stepped on or whatever. And you just it just became the cost of doing business, and it really did. I mean, there wasn't a lot of us doing it, so it really equated to maybe 2 or 3 of us getting an extra $3 or $4 an hour.
Well, okay, but when you do that, right? And look, I'm not against it. It is what it is. I don't care, but you have to make sure you're working with the right coworkers, right? So, did you ever pull this move and have a coworker that kind of gave you the side eye?
No, but what's funny is the coworker that I learned this about. So after I quit that job and then went off to the military and came back a few years later, I happened to be at that store around holiday time when everybody has to be, all hands on deck.
Yeah.
So I'm shopping around and I see my old manager there. We get to talking and he says, "Hey, you remember that gal?" And it happened to be the gal that taught me this. I said, "Yeah, what about her?" He goes, "Man, corporate got a hold of her and she got caught." Well, apparently she'd done this to 2 or 3 different stores that she just kind of bounced around when she would get transferred around, and yeah, it was quite a big deal.
How did they bust her because it's on video, or did they just do the math?
I have a feeling somebody either heard about it or told the wrong person that then told the right person, or just didn't feel right about it. Something.
Yep, loose lips, man.
I got a buddy was a waitress, and I knew her pretty well. And the one thing we got was free fountain sodas.
Sure.
I mean, as many as you wanted.
Yeah.
We could sit and watch football. We didn't care. I mean, you could still have beers. I mean, you pay for your beers.
Pay for the beer, right?
But when it came to fountain sodas, because the bartender hooked her up with the beers.
Yeah.
But she was in charge of the soda station. So, I mean, like, if you're knocking down 5 or 6 sodas, wasn't a big deal. Never came on the tab. I was like, this is awesome. And it was also not free refills. This was the place that had the big red cups.
Yeah.
So you got big ass sodas, man.
There's nothing wrong with that, man.
Yeah. That place was Buffalo Wild Wings.
Oh, isn't that the story with like working in movie theaters?
Oh yeah, just
Like if
refill
you
the
just bring
popcorn and all
because they only really count the cups. You can't count how much soda goes out.
Nope.
So if you just bring in a cup,
Well, the golden ticket on that one was this. So typically, they in certain instances they would pop popcorn for it would last for 2 or 3 days.
Yeah.
So they would bag it up. They would put it back into the popcorn area because the light gives it the heat.
Sure.
All right. Now, if somebody did not get butter on their popcorn, all right, you looked in the movie theater to find that container because they only counted containers.
yeah. all right.
So it was the vessel. They
Right.
didn't really do it as much with the sodas as they did with the popcorn.
Sure.
And if you didn't get butter, they wouldn't look for that because they wanted that because it was unaccounted for now. So the next time they sold that, it's whatever, $5 straight in your pocket or whatever.
It makes sense, man.
Yeah. What did you get caught doing, or what did you not get caught doing? 206-803-ROCK.
I hate paying
I will
for
also
popcorn.
say that
You hate what?
paying for popcorn,
I mean, you hate paying for it.
like at a
It's
sporting
just how
event.
much they charge.
How much they charge in between Cobb's popcorn and Smith Family popcorn.
Oh, I know. Oh, you're
I know
a
how
snob now.
I know how ridiculously low the price is to make it.
Yeah, that's why.
Yeah.
Well, same thing with pizza. I mean, as far as foods go,
Yeah.
most of the time, but pizza, it's like, look, all of us will spend a certain amount of money on pizza because we really like it. But when you break down the food costs, it's like, I don't know how you go out of business.
Right. So
I really
the
don't.
movie theater would basically shut down at around 11, depending on how long the movie was.
Yeah.
11:30, somewhere in there. 9 o'clock was the last movie typically. But Craig would have this thing called Thursday night midnight movies. He would have to put together the reels and everything for the new movies that came out on Friday.
Yeah.
But he would get them on Thursday. So at midnight we would go down there and we would if there was a decent movie, we would watch it, preview
Sure.
it on Thursday night at midnight, have popcorn, have sodas, have drinks. We knew the movie before the movie even came out. It was absolutely free. It's a free night every Thursday night at midnight.
Yeah, my buddy Tony
was awesome.
worked in a movie theater for like 2 years. I didn't get free concessions, but we never paid to go see the movie. Me and Paul would roll up. He'd let us in, and we go see whatever. Like I said, we had to buy our own crap, but I didn't really mind because at that time, I didn't have a job. It's my parents' money. Right. So I'm like, cool.
It used to be the same way with people who rip tickets. Now you want to get in on somebody, man, who's a valuable person to know. It's the person that has that works a gate at the basketball arena or the football before all the digital stuff came around.
Oh yeah.
I mean, you just walk.
We did it at Maryland games all the time.
I mean, you have 3 or 4 guys, man. You just go in there and somebody had paid him back something.
Yeah.
Somebody was a bartender. Somebody delivered subs. I mean, he got his too. I mean,
Our thing was we had one guy, and he was an older dude. He had done it for years, and I know him through sports and school. His thing was you just had to give him something to rip.
right.
Yeah.
Right? And the only time he got mad at us is one time somebody was trying to sneak in liquor or something. They got caught. And he's just like,
Right. That's
I'm
good.
letting you in for free.
Right.
Do not get caught
Exactly.
sneaking in liquor.
Drink it outside.
But also, college stadiums are a little looser.
Yeah, of course.
You know what I mean? Like, I know a friend that got into that epic Washington and Oregon game a couple of years ago. And just same thing. Like, dude's like, my buddy works this one side gate, and you just stand there, and then the guy will just go, like, lift up the thing and be like, all right, walk, go.
Yeah, go.
You just mix in.
Years ago, man, when I was in high school in Baltimore, one of the high schools I went to, you would take just a regular metro bus to the high school. It's mostly students, but it's not necessarily a school bus, right? But it's just the time of it. And at that time, it was $1.25, I want to say, to ride it, but it didn't have the machines they have now. Now you have to unfold your dollar, you put it in the machine, right, and it sucks it in.
Right.
Well, back then, it was just a clear box, and it wasn't wide enough to fit a dollar bill, so everyone had to fold up their dollar bill and put it through the little slot. So a bunch of kids, when I was a sophomore, like the word just started going through the bus stop, like, hey, man, basically we have $10 in ones at the beginning of every week because you're going to ride the bus the rest of the week, buck there, buck back. But they started, which is a federal crime, started ripping the dollar bill in half. But you'd fold it up and slide it through that thing, and the bus driver couldn't tell. Because no matter what,
So
no matter what, you had
you're
to
just
fold
riding for $1.
the dollar bill, right? So, but you took the other half, and you would go home. So by the end of the week,
Get
everyone would
$5.
just have 5 ones. And at the time, that was great. And I
Yeah.
want to say it was a year and a half later, and they never announced it, but they converted to the unfold the dollar, slides into the machine. And at every bus stop, because I was maybe the third bus stop on the way to school, a bunch of us kind of stopped in our tracks because everyone had these $half in their pocket, and we had to find like a whole dollar to actually slide in there. Now the bus driver, and this has been the same dude for years, he never called anyone out, but he basically saw everyone stop dead in their tracks and start reaching back in their pockets, pull out a full dollar bill, slide it in there. And I just remember he just looked at everyone and do the and we were convinced we were the reason why they spent the money. Because I guarantee at the end of every week when they go through this, like, there's a bunch of $half bills. And if they took their time, you would find the other half eventually. But there was a lot of halves in there. But that's how we saved money.